Hello, everyone. I often get asked in my job, what is a CVE and why are they so important? So, what is a CVE? This is nothing more than a record which contains vulnerabilities and exposures within a database called an NVD. These are maintained by the site MITRE and the Department of Homeland Security. So, with a CVE, what we're trying to do is help form the community of different updates that need to take place inside of your environment. And we're trying to stay ahead of all of the different hackers that are out there to try and get to your information. Over on the left-hand side, I found some information. While it is from 2017, it does show by market breakdown the incidents and breaches that have happened over time. So the big question is, are CVEs important to you as a business? Here are a few of the notable breaches. While there are many of them, these are the ones that really took spotlight over the past few years. Now, while not all of these can be attributed to a certain CVE that happened to any of them, it is important to note that not updating systems or having misconfigured systems, whether it be Wi-Fi, network, could be configurations within web servers, that CVEs are there to help the community and to ensure that you have the most up-to-date software available today. The great thing too about a CVE is what we call the score. And scores will help you judge when and what priorities should be placed on updating your software today. This is a better slide that shows the severity levels along with how critical it is for you to update your systems. So I think we're ready to move into the next step, which is to go into the data itself. Let's move along. Okay, now that we are ready to take a look at the data, I wanted to start out with the website from the link at the beginning of the presentation. From here, just click on Data Feeds. And then just below it, you'll see the U.S. National Vulnerabilities Database. And then from here, if you scroll down, the data that you're about to see came directly out of these. We took zip files, decompressed them, put them through a parser, and then uploaded them to MongoDB. Let's go ahead and take a look at MongoDB. So I'm going to use a free tool that you can download and put onto your computer in order to access the data. Here I just did a search. I went to Compass. I did the try now. And then from here, all we have to do is just click on the version and the platform. Please note that the versions may change. Just choose whatever's stable and then whatever platform you need for your computer. So once you actually have it installed and you log in with the username and password, which I'll give you in the notes, at this point, then all you have to do is over on the left-hand side, click on CVE. We're going to take a look. I've imported each one of these as a year. You'll notice that this looks pretty similar to most database GUIs that are out there today. I click on Options, and then from here, this should look pretty familiar, right? We have a filter, project, sort, and let's go ahead and put some data in here. In this case, we put an index on the products section so that we could search for these. I'm going to go ahead and just try one here. We're going to do a search for Apple, and all we have to do is click on Find, and you can see this filtered this information down. If you want to try something else different, maybe you want to try, here's one, an XOS. That is a Cisco Nexus operating system. Here you can see, again, change these. Now, if you'd like to change around the score that is located right here, all you have to do is go into sort and type in score 1. make sure you encase these within these brackets. You click find, it'll start out with the lowest to the highest. If you want to turn around and be the highest to the lowest, you just put a -1. Now, you could go to each one of these years. You could change around your text criteria. There's plenty you can do with this. To export, just go to collection, export, and then from here, you can choose the data that you want to export from here, browse, and so on. Pretty easy. Now let's move on to the next section, which will be a spreadsheet, which I've already imported the data to. Okay, moving right along. I'm using Google Sheets. This is, of course, a free Excel type spreadsheet online inside Google. I will leave the link to get to the spreadsheet if you just want to take this one, copy it, download it, whichever you want. As you can see at the bottom, we have the tabs, and they are laid out exactly the same way as we had in MongoDB. I then used some very neat programming, if you will, into this to where I use sums, lookups, and so on, and this is where I came up with the data. Now, in my case, I work in networking right now. I created a trend line for the top 3 companies that create networking equipment. You could change this around. This could be Apple, this could be Windows. It's whatever you want to do. I just happen to give you an example based on mine. So here I did one where we did lookups based on different versions of low and critical. You can go and get the formulas out of here to do your own work. Here's a combined version to where we did over a period of time by operating system. And then here's just another one. So again, I will leave all of this information in the notes or in the posting. If you have any questions, you could certainly leave a comment or get back to me if you need anything. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video, and I hope this information is helpful. Thank you very much.